Oh, done. Beautiful. Nice. Okay. All right. Good evening, everyone. My name's Bob, and I'm actually from Rockville Center talking to you from. So I'm happy, excited, ecstatic to be with all my new partners and chat with you for a little bit. I'll do the unmuting. By the way, if you have questions or whatever along the way, and if you want to share some thoughts or whatever, in the lower left of your screen, you could always unmute yourself. Okay, you could unmute yourself. So if you want to, just add to the conversation, hey Bob, got a quick question, whatever, you could do that. I love the interaction. This is not the Bob Show. This is not a lecture, but more. I like to call this. You know what? I gave it a new name today or yesterday, and I'm going to call this, or we're going to call this from now on, a performance training, because I think that's what it's all about. And Saturday, we had the pleasure of listening to Rodney teaching us about Evelar, the process, some solar techniques, things like that. I believe in my heart what we're going to talk about now is the name of the game. It's just the name of the game. So again, if you want to take notes, fine, but I'm recording it. Later tonight, I'll forward it to YouTube, and then I'll post it on our Facebook page so you guys can look at it over and over again. And I could also do a text blast out to everybody so you can keep it, and just look at it later. Let me start with this because I've got a lot of notes in front of me, tons of notes. And, if there's one thing that I've enjoyed over the years, I've really enjoyed training. I love teaching. I love training. I love helping people perform better. But I want to reiterate something that I shared the other day. And I don't know if you remember it. If not, I had the pleasure of spending 15 years going back and forth to Toronto, Canada. I think I shared that with you, Will. And I would go for a day every 90 days. Every 90 days, I went to a coaching program in Canada called the Strategic Coach. And it's an entrepreneurial coaching program. In fact, some of the people that were in the class, there was only maybe 25 of us at a pop. You know of them. Some of them were on The Secret. Some of them read books that you read. That you know about, really powerful. And the gentleman who taught the class is an eccentric genius, just unbelievable. And I still read a lot of his works, really good stuff. But there's one book that I keep referring to, How the Best Get Better. Let me read this one part to you, and maybe it'll sound familiar from the other day because I want to sink something in here. And this chapter is about two economies. One is the time and effort economy, accounting for 80% of all people who work, is based on the desire for job security, predictable activity, and guaranteed income. The other economy is the results economy, consisting of the remaining 20% of the working population, is based on the desire for greater opportunity, income, and freedom of action. As I said the other day, we're in the latter. We are in the results-oriented economy. Let me go further. People who work in the time and effort economy experience loss of control. In the time and effort economy, individuals do not create their own economic opportunity. Instead, they sell their labor to someone else. In this bargain, they lose control of their working time abilities and activities, and they lose control of their future. The billions who belong to the time and effort economy deprive themselves of greater opportunities. How to create value and opportunity? The results economy is different. Instead of focusing on security and guarantees, entrepreneurs focus on creating greater value and opportunity. People who become entrepreneurs give up all notion of guaranteed jobs or incomes. By taking this risk, they actually achieve the possibility of a lifetime of security. I read that to you for one reason, and I've got a mission that everybody that joins us in this project, in this opportunity, call it what you may, we need to have a mindset that we're in the results economy. We don't work for Evelar. We're in this business to prosper. And I'm going to share things with you over the next 60 minutes that I believe are moving, are powerful. And, you know, one of my biggest challenges in business, and I don't know if it's a challenge, but some people think it is that I'm a very big thinker. And I have a philosophy that if I think big, I get big. If I think small, I'll get small. So I might kind of blow some people away. I might offend you. I'm not doing that purposely. I'm doing that because I want each and every one of you, each and every one of us to prosper beyond our wildest expectations. So let's move on. So with that being said, there's kind of, I guess this framework that I alluded to the other day, right? And there's 4 parts to this framework. I'm going to kind of go into each little part of it so you understand it, with the 2 middle ones being the most important part of the framework. And let's start off with first, I guess it's a mindset. You know, I've studied human behavior for 25 years. And understanding and listening to people and how they think and so on and so forth. And I don't know if each and every one of my new friends here, my new partners, I don't know how successful each of you have been at setting goals. You know, maybe that's a little cliche-ish, but I'll be frank. And that is, if you can't see it, and if it's not written down, you ain't, excuse the English, you ain't achieving it. However, though, if you can see it, like on the vision board and dream board that I've built behind me, and I look at every day of my life, right? If you can see it, and if you could write it down, well, everybody, your chance just went to 75%. But there's some restraining factors. And you know, this is important. We could all love solar. We want to be in the solar business. But if we don't get this down, to me, it's a waste of time. It just is. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time at this. I've got a little gift for everybody. And again, I've been writing goals for quite some time. It's important to write them down and everything. But let me just share this story again and reiterate what I shared with you on Saturday. And then I'm going to share a gift that I will post and or send out via text afterwards that I think is just absolutely fabulous, that I believe will help each and every one of you. If those of you that were there on Saturday, if you remember, I shared a story, and this is not about me bragging or boasting. It's just not. I'm just giving you an example. That's all. When I joined the insurance profession, financial world in 1992, December, I actually came from the direct selling industry. I didn't know anything else, you know? And my goal was to make $125,000 the first year. And I asked my sales manager, never forget him, Sam Olshan, Sam, what does the average person make? 30 to 40 grand a year. I'm not doing that for this, you know? And but what I did, not knowing what I did, and by the way, what I'm sharing with you is the writing of my next little book, by the way. Not knowing I was doing this, I said, okay, I want to make $125,000 a year. I didn't look at the 125, Will. What I looked at is, what do I need to do every day? What do I need to do every week? I had the pleasure, a friend of mine by the name of Dan Jansen, I don't know if anybody know who he is, but Dan Jansen won the gold medal for speed skating. Remember, his sister died when he was in Lillehammer. But I've traveled around the world with Dan, and Dan told me a story once. He said, Bob, when I used to train and I used to run up mountains, and his thighs are like this, right? He said, my coach smacked me one time. He said, stop looking at the top of the mountain. Look in front of you. And the same thing I did is I said, okay, every day, just every day, I need to write $500 in commissions. And I did that. I didn't look at the 125. It was there. That was my 12-month goal, or what I like to call my someday goal. It was written down, but I didn't focus on it. I focused on a day, a week at a time. How do we eat an elephant? My children, when I say that, they always laugh at me. We eat it a bite at a time, a bite at a time, a bite at a time, right? That's how we eat the elephant. We don't eat the whole elephant. So one of the things that I'll share with you is some fascinating goal-setting techniques through this little piece called the 5 Steps to Accomplishing Anything. It's just an awesome piece. I'll put the link on, you download it. And I've got all areas of goal setting, but these are my goals. I can't show them to you. It's not right because then they won't be manifested to me. But I laminated. I took it from here, I laminated it, and I read it every day. This is what I need to accomplish for my organization, for my team, and for me in the next 30 days. This is what I need to do. That's it. I didn't look at the next year, the 12 months, which is pretty grandiose. I looked at this little thing. I keep doing that. I keep doing that. I keep doing that. Dramatic results come about. But the issue that each and every one of us, including me, is that we have some restraining factors here in our brains. And those restraining factors, guys, I will tell you, affect everybody. I had this conversation with my oldest son today about this, and what I want you to do, one of the suggestions I'm going to make is notice how you speak on a daily basis. Do you use words and phrases like, I can't afford it, money doesn't grow on trees, rich people are evil, all of that junk, all of that stuff, I promise you will hold you back. Will hold you back. And if you'd like to read a great book, a book that changed my life many years ago, and I've got tons of them. I got a big library. It's called The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. And one of the things that he talks about in this little 10-page little thing that you'll love and eat up is that this is like riding a horse. We're on the horse, and we're the conscious mind, right? We know where we want to go. But the horse is our subconscious mind. And the horse wants to take us wherever we want to go. But if we don't control the horse, we're all over. And to me, if people can get this stuff right, it's game over. So one of the things that I practice, we don't have to go into it now, but one of the things that I practice on a daily basis in the morning is my miracle morning. And it's everything from affirmations to meditation to visualization to reading my goals to exercise to writing them. I do that for an hour, 90 minutes. I'm shot out of a cannon. And if each and every one of you texted me this morning and said, I ain't doing solar, I keep going. Be a little upset for about 3 minutes, but I keep going. So we'll talk more about this as we grow together, because to me, it's the deal. It just is. We can get this right, then we just go through the motions. We will just go through the motions. So that first component of the framework, mindset, goal setting, goal achieving, I'm gonna again, I'll put this on our Facebook later. I'll blast it out. You'll enjoy it. It's fabulous. Just got to opt in, whatever, and you'll get emails from the Rusty Lion Academy. It's dynamite. Really, really good stuff. Okay, let's keep going. So the next component, and this is something, this part here also is very, and this has, this is not just appropriate. Gloria, I know you're in real estate, and and I'm using you for an example because I know the real estate business pretty well. But the real estate business, Gloria, as you'll agree, is a results-oriented profession. So what we're talking about here can be adapted to anything if you're an entrepreneur, if you're in the sales profession, and if you have control over your own income. If you're employed, it's a little different, because you're restricted. So the next component I like to call structure and accountability. So let's talk about this a bit. And this took me a while to learn this. And once I got this, my income went from here to here to here to here to here. And, you know, some people want to call structured time management. You can call it whatever you want, whatever you want. And you'll learn some things from the Rusty Lion Academy about this, but let me just kind of make it simple, right? So I really, I came into the office this morning and I had my to-do list, but on that to-do list were two things. And I look at those two things as the one thing. I think too many people are all over the place, maybe some ADDs in there, whatever it is. But I knew that I had to invite 5 to 10 people to next week's conference call, right? Because we're gearing up for another class, number one. That was my one thing. I don't care what else I did today. That was the one thing that had to get done. The other thing that had to get done is I had to book or set 5 solar appointments. Whether I did that in an hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours, I could not end my day without doing that. That's the deal. And that's what's called the one thing. By the way, that's a great book, Gloria. You've heard of Keller Williams. Gary Keller built a great real estate company, and he wrote a book called The One Thing. What is the one thing? It sits on my desk every day. What is the one thing such by doing will make everything easier and unnecessary? So if I was to unmute everybody and you was to ask and you was to answer, what would you say? And let's just talk, you're in the solar business. What is the one thing that by doing so each day will make everything else in your life easier or maybe unnecessary? What is that one thing? I want you to think about that as we talk. So here's how my structure works. I look at the one thing, but my days in business are broken into 3 types of days. And I've learned this again from my coaching program. You might want to write it down. So I've got 3 types of days, right? I've got free days, I've got buffer days, and I got focus days. Just 3 days, that's it. Free day, midnight to midnight, no interaction to work. None. No, I don't even read anything. Because the word free in Greek means to make young again. How many people have not had a vacation in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? Think about that. And we were taught when I first got into this coaching program, the more free time we take, the more productive we will be. So that's a free day. A focus day is 80% of my time, your time, is geared towards making money, revenue producing activities. That's it. So a buffer day just prepares me for my focus days and free days, right? So normally Mondays I come in, I make sure my calendar is booked, which I'm gearing up in my solar business for that. I'm gearing up, right? If I want to book vacations, I can book vacations. My buffer days prepare me for my free and focus days. So I look at the solar business as solar consultants as we are. Here's my thought process. We should go on appointments 3 days a week. 3 days a week. If you're part-time, call it a day and a half, right? But let's just use 3 days a week. Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever you'd like, right? And those days are geared towards doing one thing. Rather than having an appointment on a Monday, an appointment on a Tuesday, an appointment on a Wednesday, appointment on a Thursday, appointment on a Friday. This is your business. Don't let the marketplace run your business. Let you run your business. So can you imagine, Harry, what it would be like if tomorrow you had 4 appointments? Hypothetically, you had 4 appointments. What would that feel like at the end of the day? You sold 2 out of the 4, 3 out of the 4. If I'm asking Rich, he would sell all 4. But my point is, when I would come off of a focus day, I was so fired up. I was so energized. I couldn't wait for the next focus day. So when I ran my financial firm, I had Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Don't talk to me. This is all I'm doing. Focus, seeing clients, running appointments, done. And I knew how much I had to earn each week. Boom. And it was like clockwork. I don't know how it happened, but it just happened. And this business is the same. So let's presuppose Monday you turned around and says, you know what? My one thing I need to do today, I need to prepare for my focus day. I need to make sure that I've got 2 focus days. I need 8 appointments, 12 appointments, 15 appointments, whatever it is. And your focus days, when you come to them, we're prepared on your buffer days. Really powerful stuff. So we all need structure. We need the structure. But that other component is what? Structure and accountability. Structure and accountability. And I got to tell you, to me, this is what separates this is what makes people professional, is the accountability. Not just in this business, in any business, whether it's real estate, solar, financial, insurance, I don't care what it is. Accountability. I'm accountable to me, my family. I'm now accountable to a team. I'm accountable to you to give you the appropriate tools along with Joe and Rich and everybody that's a leader here so we could perform at our highest. You're accountable to yourself, if you've got a family, and so on. Accountability is just the deal. I know that I have to do certain things, make a certain amount of money every week in my business. I'm not looking at the whole year. I'm not looking at 6 months, 90 days, 30 days. Take those 30 days, a week, a day. What has to happen? Bite an elephant. Little bites, little bites, little bites. So let me just stop for a minute and kind of take a step back. And I'm going to open it up. If there's any questions, let's open it up. If you feel like it, how about I press the unmute? Don't all talk at once. Sit tight, please. Oh boy, there we go. So if anybody has a question, why don't we kind of talk about it? And then I'd like to go into the next part, which I believe is a big deal. Go ahead. No questions? Okay, I'll keep going. Okay, no questions. So if you have a question, again, you could just unmute on your left-hand side of your screen. Feel free to just unmute. Okay, here's the next part of the framework. Remember, there's 4 parts, right? So we talked about mindset and goal achieving. The second part is structure and accountability. Now, here's the deal. This is the part everybody wants to know about. Where's the Glengarry, Glen Ross leads? This is called prospecting, finding people to talk to. And I hear it all day long. I spoke to some experienced solar guys today. One guy came to the office. I spent an hour with him. Great guy. Reminded me of Eduardo, this guy. He looked exactly like you, Eduardo. Exactly. Great guy, really great guy. And Rich reminded me of you too. He's from the Marine Corps. Same thing. Talked about the leads and so on. So I'm so hyper focused on this. It's unbelievable. So I want to spend some time on here. Guys, I want you to add your 2 cents into this. This is an important topic. Important. So let's kind of break this down. Prospecting, right? Again, where do we find people to talk to? What do we do? Find people to talk to. We all want to know that, right? So there's three markets. Very simple. 3 markets. We have our personal list or warm market. We have the approach market. That approach market, I think, where was I today? I was somewhere today, I can't remember, and I approached someone about solar, right? So that's an approach market, people that are near me and so on. And then the other part is the cold market, people we don't know, but we want to sell solar to, correct? So here we go. And again, I'm just going to share with you what I've done so far. I have put together for me, and I think I could speak for Joe Spallino as well, I have put together anywhere from 5 to 6 different, maybe you could see that, 5 to 6 different prospecting and marketing systems or techniques that the switch is about to turn on. Some are very automated, some are not so automated. But the purpose of some of these is to bring people traffic to me, whether they come to me or I go to them, to bring traffic to me to fill my funnel so a boatload of sales by the end of the week and the end of the month come out. Is that correct? That's the deal. I mean, that's just the deal. So for example, let me share some with you. I shared some Saturday, but I want to give you some numbers. My mindset, you know, is it's interesting because as I get older and as I grow in business, my mindset is kind of changing a little bit to automation, where, you know, years ago I did just I built my other business on seminars, which I'm going to do in this business. And I would go and I just do tons of seminars. You know, I did them once a week, 4 days a month, and that's how my calendar was filled, and it was a machine. But now my brain is going towards more automation. And I love this. Everybody see that? I love this. It's my cell phone. So just follow I want to talk to you about my first marketing system, which it's yours, okay? But just follow me with the numbers. Email is dead. We still get our emails, but for the most part, emailing is dead. I think, Will, you and I talked about this a little bit. And people can change their emails, correct? But how often do we change our cell phone number? And what is the percentage of a text message? What are the percentages of text messages that are opened? Anybody know the number?
97%.
Boom! 97%. So if I sent out 100 text messages, 97 people are opening and looking at that text message. So my first marketing campaign is an SMS text blasting system. Okay? I will be up and running by Thursday. I accomplished so much of it today and over the weekend, worked all day yesterday. It's a lot to put together, but once it's together, it's on autopilot. So here's what it looks like. So and the whole secret here is copy and incentive. Let me take a step back for a second. You don't want to miss this part. So one of the things that I talked about the other day was offering people, consumers, prospects, incentive to incentivize them to say, yeah, Will, yeah, Mike, yeah, Tara, I would like a free solar quote. And I would like a free solar quote, but I'd like you to give me that vacation certificate too, right? Or I want that certificate for the $1,000 of free groceries. Or I want that certificate for the $1,000 that I can go to a multiple of different restaurants in my neighborhood, right? An incentive. And I used that many years ago with much success. Much success. In fact, today, while I was on the phone with the gentleman from the text blasting company, he says, how are you doing this? And I mentioned the incentive that we're using. And he says, is this so-and-so? I said, yes, it's my goodness. They've been around 20 years. We've used them with such success. That was a good thing to hear. So the whole thing in the text blasting system is the copy. To make sure the copy's correct. So once Thursday, Friday comes around and I got the copy and I'm ready to go and I press the key, it's on autopilot. 2,000 text messages will go out a day. I don't want to do Sundays, 6 days a week, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., done. Boom, every 10 seconds, 2,000. So let's do the math. How much is that a month? 48,000, I think. 6 days to 12, 48,000. So I will have sent out 48,000 text messages a month. A month. Everybody with me? Raise your hand. Good. Okay. So I will send out, and the message will sound something like this. Whether it's free 2-day vacation with a free 2-day vacation, free 2-day vacation with a solar quote, blah, blah, blah. So that's the incentive. Press yes for more info. Press no to stop. They press yes, it goes to my opt-in page. Opt-in page. This is automation. Opt-in page, right? So out of the 48,000, well, 1% is 480. At 0.10, I think I could probably get at a 48,000 text messages, 50 sales. Everybody agree with me? About 50 sales, even if it's 25 sales. Somebody do the math. 50 sales times 6 kilowatts times $250 a kilowatt. What is that?
75,000.
Is that what it is?
75,000.
Okay, now. Even if it's 10.
75,000.
So the point is, I'm always thinking about how do I scale it up? How do I scale it up? So that is one of my lead generation techniques that I'm implementing as we speak right now. It'll be up and running by Thursday, number one. My second lead generation technique is another program using pizzerias. I think we talked about this, right?
Wait, before you move on.
Go, baby.
Quick question.
Go.
You're receiving these text blasts. Are you divvying them out to your team? Are these for you? Do we have to set this up also ourselves?
Well, let's see. I want to write 50 sales in 1 month myself. I want to see what that's like. Tara, I think what we're going to do is Rich, myself, and Joe are talking about this. And, whether you want to do it yourself or whether you want to be part of a group or whether Rich wants to do it for his group, we could do it a number of different ways. We could talk about that later or tomorrow. Not a big deal.
Hey, Bob.
Thank you.
Does that make sense, Tara?
Absolutely. Thank
Bob.
you.
Yes, sir, Joe.
Can I jump in?
Yeah, go.
Tara, I think Bob is way, way undercalculating the response. 0.1%. That's 1/10 of 1%. Usually 0.5% is less than average. So let's do the real math. Hold on a second.
Regardless of the risk, regardless of.
And you know what, Bob? It's really
Joe. Let Tara go. Go,
okay.
Tara.
Regardless of the numbers, I just want to know if this is something we need to learn how to do and implement ourselves, because I'm ready to get up and go, and I don't want to wait on anybody else. So if this is something that I need to be doing myself, I want to know how to do this and go ahead and do it. I'm not about wasting any more time.
Tara, let me answer your question very directly.
I think it's a great opportunity. I just want to know how to proceed.
Tara, let me just say this.
Yes, Bob.
Everything that I am sharing with you is for the team and is for everybody. I love doing this. So this is for everybody. How we go about doing it, whether you do it with Joe, whether you do it with Eduardo, whatever, we could figure that out. That's semantics. That's not a big deal.
And obviously there's a cost for this. So
yeah, and it's not expensive. It's not that. Believe me.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I paid for this out of my pocket. I paid $695. So whether that's broken up between 4 people, whether Rich does it for the team, whatever it is, it's immaterial. It doesn't matter.
Right.
And and so it cost me on a monthly basis. Ready? $30.
What is this for the year?
No, it's just one time. $695 forever. No more additional costs.
Okay.
And it cost me, so the modem for the SIM card that I had to go to T-Mobile the other day, right? That I had to go to T-Mobile, that SIM card cost me $30 a month. That's it. Done deal.
Okay.
I kept, and Joe was there with me, Tara. I kept asking the guy, I said, there's no other monthly cost. There's no other, it's a process that we have to go through. I had to get registered with the DNC, not the Democratic Party, with the, with the do not call registry and all that stuff. So, everything is up and up, legal, legitimate, all that. I had to go through all that stuff. But you know what? I'm willing to put in the effort to scale something up any day. Any day. That's
the process we have to go through as well?
Yeah. And Tara, I worked all day yesterday downloading.
Figuring it out.
No, not figuring out. I had to download yesterday 3. So I got 2 area codes, 516 and 718.
Right.
And in the 516 and 718 area, there are 3.2 million cell phones.
Right.
It's massive. It's just massive.
Mentioning that.
It's tremendous.
So we're going to basically pick our area code, yeah?
You pick your area code? Yeah, absolutely. Do it, whatever you'd like.
Okay.
Okay? Can we go on? Joe, go ahead. Joe? Okay. All right.
I'm good.
Okay, so the next, so again, I've always had the mentality that I need 5 different marketing strategies. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm not expecting anything to come to me. I got to go out and get it. I eat what I kill. Sorry for being so graphic. So the next one, which I love, is the pizza program. And I'm going to share with you the guy we work with. Okay, I'll go through that in a second. And actually, I thought I would have the PDF right now to show you, but he's in Manila putting this together for me. So I'm developing, he's developed for me a pizza program where I can go to a pizzeria, show them this program, what this is all about, how we can put this on every box. As I said Saturday, every pizzeria sends out about 25,000 pizzas a year. 40 pizzerias, it's a million people will see that advertisement on top of the box with the pizza places information, with little coupons, my information, and then we could also add a realtor in there so they can pay for the printing. So that's I'm probably about a week out from that. All right. The next thing, which I'm pretty excited about, is I don't know if I mentioned the truck that I saw the other day. So I spoke to the owner of all these trucks today, Mike. I'm taking a little billboard out in the truck, in the back of the truck, something that's going to be similar to what's on the pizza box. And that's going to go on the back of a truck. And that truck is around the Queens Valley Stream area. And that will go over there. How many is that? That's 3. And then I'm also implementing some Facebook ads. I'm going to do some Facebook ads. And then the next thing is also I'm working on is another type of drip campaign. So I've got 4 right now that are ready to go. What am I going to do with all the leads? I don't know what I'm going to do with all the leads, but I know either I'm going to go on them or I'm going to pass them out to the team, or you guys are going to use them and pass them out to your people, whatever the case may be. But
Bobby.
Yeah, Joe, go ahead.
Okay. You forgot a really big one.
Oh boy, did I?
The seminars at the restaurants.
It's here. I apologize. I'm sorry. Jeez, why?
Everyone can participate in that as well. Talk about it. So
I really enjoy. Maybe you can kind of detect this a little bit. So I love getting up in front of a room, big, small, large, whatever, and I love speaking. It's one of my unique abilities. So there is a platform for doing little dinner seminars. We've got a PowerPoint presentation that's going to be available to you. We'll show you that in a little bit. And we can go to a restaurant, bring them customers. The way the people will come to the seminars is we've got these little things that stand on top of the tables where people eat that will tell them about a seminar either twice a month or once a month at that particular restaurant. So I'm going to do that. I like that. I enjoy doing that type of stuff. So I'm doing that. Joe,
let me inject here. Once again, it's going to offer a free vacation and a free meal just to show up. I mean, people are going to that restaurant. They obviously like that restaurant. They're going to come back, have a free meal, and have a vacation handed to them. So, I mean, it's just a no-brainer. And the restaurant owners, it's a no-brainer for the restaurant owners because they're getting business. So they'll be glad to put up those little signs on every table. That's it.
You know, I keep thinking about this. This is I said this to Joe earlier in the office. It's all about the leads. It's all about lead generation. And many of you have have expressed that. I know that. This is all about lead generation, scaling it up as best as possible. And when we've got systems in place with marketing campaigns and so on, where we've got great lead generation, I mean, guys, you know what? There's I could sit here and go through so many different lead generation techniques, but you've got to take the time and the effort to implement. And the first thing you want to do, getting back to when I started this little part of the framework, when you look at prospecting, it's finding people to talk to. Well, your list is first, right? Approach, market as you're out and about. Hey, you could talk about it. And then the real power comes in when you implement into the cold market the different things that I'm talking about here. When you start to implement strategies like this, it's mind-boggling. So the other thing that I am going to post in Facebook and also send out in a little bit is I'm going to send you 16 videos. So let me tell you how this all actually, before I say that, before I let the cat out of the bag, let me share this first. How did this all come about? Well, about a month ago, in my research, in my looking and so on and so forth, okay, everyone talks about the leads, this, that, there's got to be technique. And I did a lot of poking around, call it. Well, I came across and met these two guys that run this business called Solar Leads Club. I'm going to teach you about it and introduce you and everything. Really brilliant men. Brilliant men. One of them built a distribution channel for a solar company on the West Coast of over 6,000 people, David. 6,000 people. So when we scale up, we're going to scale. And I've learned so much from them. And this is exactly what I did when I entered into the insurance business. I asked Sam, I said, Sam, who are the very successful people who, now follow me, not knowing I was doing this, not knowing. I said, who are the very successful people earning high 6, high 7 figures in this business? I'll never forget this. He said, Ben Feldman. He named some other people. And then what was my next comment to him? Did they write books? Because the easiest way to shorten your learning curve is just to follow the path of what others have done before you, provided they're successful. Doesn't Tony Robbins always talk about that? That's why I don't understand this business. Why would I want to learn from a sales manager that's making about 60 grand a year? Sorry, I'm not casting judgment. Maybe I am. I want to learn from a sales manager that has made over $1 million a year sometime or in his career, because my learning curve can be shortened. And that's what I did a month and a half ago. I poked around, and I found these gentlemen, brilliant guys, made a lot of money, millions, and now have marketing programs that have been proven, successful, and work. And that's what you're hearing about now. Very simple. So later I will text you, not text you, well, maybe I'll send it out via text, but I will post on our Facebook page 16 videos that will blow your mind of 16 different lead generation techniques. Some videos are 3 minutes, some videos are 10 minutes, not long. 16 different lead generation techniques, some of which I've shared with you, some that will excite you. My recommendation, Tara, is pick 3 of them, pick 4 of them. I like this, I like that. The text blast system is not in there. I kind of came up with that. I came to that in a different way. But look at those videos and let's start, each and every one of you, us, implementing some lead generation techniques. If you don't implement them, well, you know, as I said the other day, I can't make you drink. Could lead you to the water, and that's what I'm doing now. Can lead you to the water. So that's prospecting. It's running it as a business. And you know, when we go through each and every one of our towns, oftentimes we will see for rent, business closed. And it could be for a number of different reasons. Sometimes it's because those businesses were the best kept secret in their town. They didn't do enough marketing. That's what this is about. And this industry, I believe they don't teach solar consultants how to market appropriately. That's over, done. We will learn to become the best of the best and be the highest paid in the business. There's no reason why, Tara, implementing this appropriately with guidance from me, other people, you could make 30, 50, 100 grand a month. Why not? You could do it. You could do it. It's having the systems in place, though. You need the systems in place. It's the deal. Just the way it is. Okay? Any more questions before I go to the next little part and kind of put it all together? Okay.
Bob.
Yeah.
Who's
Yes.
paying for these vacations and these gift certificates to the restaurants?
Can you hold on? I'll tell you that in a second.
Sure will.
Okay. So the last part of the framework is presentation. Rodney went over the 4-part sale. I'm not going over that now, okay? I posted a little video that he did. You can watch that on our Facebook page, okay? So recap. Number 1, mindset, goal setting, goal achieving. Number 2, structure and accountability. Number 3, prospecting, lead generation. Number 4, presentation, rinse and repeat, just duplicate it over and over again. We're going to keep this consistent, so when 30 other people, 35 other people come out of that class on April 8th, April 9th, we do the same thing all over again. Boom, 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 okay? So let's talk about that for a second, okay? So, by the way, you might want to write this down. Next Thursday, not this week, March 23rd at 7:30 p.m., we will be holding a business briefing call. Some of you here, Gloria, Will, Mike, others, Carl, were on one of our business briefing calls. If you want to invite some other people to take a peek at what we do that might be looking to become a solar, well, not many people are looking to become, I don't think many people wake up in the morning and say, I want to become a solar consultant. I don't think many people do that, right? But if you know of anybody that is looking for something that would like to earn more, maybe you might want to invite them. Hey, John, you know something? I'm doing something extraordinary in the solar world. It's big. Maybe you want to take a look at this. You can earn an extra 10, 12, 13, 15 grand a month. Here's a call. Here's the number. Okay? So that call is going to be not this Thursday, following Thursday. Our webinar will be on March 27th, which is a Monday at 8 p.m. Now, you'll be getting links to all of this. I'll be giving you the links. In fact, if someone could send me a text, I'll send you I'll blast out the numbers tomorrow so you could start to give to people if you'd like, all right? So, March 23rd, business briefing call. March 27th, webinar, 8 p.m. And our next class, same location like Saturday, is April 8th. We get capped out at 30, I'm going to say 30 to 35 right now, okay? So who wants the most people there? Up to you. It's up for grabs. I know I've got already 12 people that are coming to the call next Thursday. I'm going to have a lot more, okay? And we all have the same thing here. We all have the same thing offered to us on the plate. All have the same. Okay, next. I'd like to do this Zoomcast every Monday at 8 p.m. It won't always be like this. It will not always be like this. There will be different content. It will be new, exciting, fresh. Not only will I speak, you'll have Joe talk, you'll have Rich doing some stuff, Rodney will be on, other people, so it'll be a mixture. But every Monday at this time, I don't believe in having to go to an office, meaning that I was always out in the field. That's where the money is. That's where the money is, okay? Although we will be opening up our first Evelar office within the next 60 to 90 days, we'll let you know that. Rodney's moving here and so on and so forth, okay? And the other thing, too, the other thing that I just spoke about with Joe today, on April 8th, if you've come to a previous class, come again. You're more than welcome. Come again. You're not getting another bag, obviously. You're not going to spend $130. We just ask you to cover your lunch, that's all. But you can come again to learn more. So just keep that in mind. Now, promotions. Tara, this is for you. So, a lot of the things I have learned, a lot of the things that I have in my hands now, okay, as far as my landing page, access to so many different advertising pieces, knowledge, the 16 videos, the Solar Leads Club, all that stuff, my own private phone number and recorded all that stuff, right? So I paid, I'm going to show you how to have it for free. Just sit back. I paid, it's normally $299. I negotiated it down to $150 because I said we're bringing a lot of people to him. So I paid $150. I know Joe paid $150. So I want to make it easy for everybody. Little promotion. So whoever does 3 sales in the next 2 weeks, we'll pay for your $150. Okay? We'll pay for your $150. Just make a note of that. Okay? Starting tomorrow. Okay? In the blizzard. In the blizzard. Put solar, you love that, Gloria, right? Go put solar panels on in the blizzard.
It's the greatest day to go sell. Everyone is home.
Well, Joe, let me touch on that. Here's one of my objectives tomorrow. We probably won't make it to the office, so I'm going to be like this tomorrow, guys. Look, so I've worked from my home for years. I'm going to be like this tomorrow. Okay, follow me here. I've got my, hold on. I've got my, did you see that? I've got my perfect solar pitch. And I've got hundreds of local homeowners from lists that I've had. Okay.
Hey, Bobby.
What?
Where did you get that perfect solar pitch?
That will come in their Solar Leads Club. You have all of that. Okay. You'll have all of that stuff and everything. It's really phenomenal. I have to tell you, Joe was blown away by just saying, wow, this is really good. And the solar pitch, let me actually, you know what, guys, sit tight. Listen to this. Hold on. Let me just read it to you real quick, right? So it goes like this. Hold on. Hey, John, Bob said, I understand your time is very important. Therefore, if you would allow me just 2 minutes to share with you something of interest to all homeowners, in Long Island, our company will reward you with a free vacation voucher for 3 days, 2 nights accommodation at a major hotel and casino, New York, locally, whatever. And at the end of 2 minutes, you can either say you're not interested or that you would like to receive more information. Either way, the vacation voucher valued at up to $200 is yours for free. And then it goes on. But Tara, to answer your question, Tara, so when I became part of this Solar Leads Club, right? And think about that. I'm only in solar a month and a half, 2 months. I get a licensing, Tara, to use the vacations, the grocery for 1 year. I can give away as many as I choose. And it cost me $150. That's it. Follow that, Tara?
I follow.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Good. So that gave me the access. So for example, right? Hold on, sit tight. So when you look at this, it comes printed with my name on it. See that right there?
Mm-hmm.
Comes printed with my name on it, just like that. Okay. So what I did last night, actually what I did last week is I went to Staples, I laminated 4 of them, and then last night I folded up 25 of each. 25 of the 2-night, 3-day, 25 of the 7-night, 8-day, 25 for the groceries, 25 for the restaurant, put them in envelopes, and boom, I'm ready to go. That's just the way my brain thinks. I'm very systematic, and I've got to have everything systematized, and that's just how I'm efficient. So again, so for those that will do 3 sales in the next 2 weeks, we will pay for your $150, call it subscription fee, licensing to the Solar Leads Club. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, remember we have a trip in January to Cancun. And to qualify for the trip, make a note of this, you have to do 500 kilowatts. So roughly, that actually is 2 sales a week.
Installed.
Sales a week, right?
500 kilowatts installed.
So, but it comes down to doing 2 sales a week that are eventually installed. So that trip will be in Cancun next January, doing 500 kilowatts with these lead generation techniques, guys. Actually, you know what? Could I just do a piece of math here? I did that 48 times, Joe, how do I do that? 48 times 6 equals, no, would that be 48 sales times 6 kilowatts times 10 months? That's 28, that's 3,000 kilowatts.
Yeah.
That's 3,000 kilowatts. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. And lastly, my last thing here, and then if you guys want to ask questions, I'll open it up for questions. My last little thing is, I think we should reframe this. You know how Evelar has given us the ability to offer 1 year free solar? We need to reframe it. And we talked about this today. I think it sounds better saying 1 year of free electricity. Evelar Solar will pay 1 year of your electrical bill. Everybody knows electrical bill. It's been on their brain since they've owned a home, right? It's been on their brain. So let's just reframe that. I think it sounds better. When we say to the homeowner, and by the way, for doing this, we will pay your electrical bill for 1 year, provided you give us 3-5 referrals, okay? Okay, I will, guys, I'm going to open it up. My voice is kind of cracking right now. I'll close it, but if anybody has any thoughts, questions, feel free.
Bob, I have a question.
Go ahead.
I've already made a sale. I had found out from Rodney that the financing is on hold until approved to be able to,
Correct.
finance in New York State.
Correct.
Okay.
I spoke to him about that today.
Now, this concerns me. I'm holding off making any other sales. I don't know when their site survey is going to be done. I don't know when, obviously they're going to get installed. But my main concern right now is, when is the site survey going to be? Because I don't want this stringing along and then me losing the sale due to the fact that they don't know what's going on, because I don't know what's going on.
Okay, it's very simple. Let's not, very easy. Remember, we're in a pre-launch phase. We've got to submit 50 sales, and we've got to do that as quick as possible, okay? As soon as that happens, crews come out and so on. They've got about 15 or so contractors ready to go. So we have to realize we've got to go and start submitting business. The Salal financing, very simple, probably approved in the next 2 weeks or so. So it's smart for us. You see, I had a conversation with Joe today. I said, Joe, very simple. Our team has to create leverage. When you have leverage in business, It's the deal. So now, right now, for the most part, we haven't submitted a massive amount of business. But we submit $1 million, $2 million like Connecticut has. Now we've got leverage. Tara, don't hold back. Submit the business. And very simple with the homeowner, Mr. Homeowner, the process will take anywhere, just say from 8 weeks to 12 weeks. Just tell them that.
For a site survey.
Oh, not for a site survey. I would just say the whole process. Site survey can happen a lot quicker than that. Site survey can happen within the next 30 days.
It will happen.
Yeah,
30
but
days.
I would not hold back. So let me just kind of put it on me for a second, Tara. When I press that button for my text blasting system on Thursday and I start getting opt-in leads, I'm going on appointments. And I will tell them very politely, like I did in the insurance business, this process, so I build upon the expectation, this process will take X number of time. That's it.
So 30 days.
Yep. I wouldn't hold anything back. Not at all.
As fast as we can get to about 50 apps in, we already have about 10. I have 7 deals. You and Rich have a few more. There's about 10 deals submitted already.
Okay. So we
Another
need
4
more.
Excuse me?
So we need 40 more.
I don't want to bank on 40. I want to blow it up and do 100 in the next 30 days. So their hands are tied and they say, wow, we got to move.
Well, let me kind of say it in another way. I'm going to just put on my competitive hat, which is always on in business. We're about a month and a half, 2 months behind of Connecticut. I want to blow Connecticut out of the water. Sorry, David, you're with us, baby. I know you're there. But Connecticut has already submitted well over $1 million in business. And that's what I want to do. And $1 million.
Not to interrupt you. How long have they been in pre-launch?
Is that Michael?
James.
Oh, I'll tell you exactly. Hold on, James. They've been in pre-launch probably about 6 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, about 6 weeks. Yeah. And I know the individual that's kind of running that, so on, and she's pretty dynamite. But we just got to go. We just got to go. 50 sales, Tara, amounts to about 1.7 million in sales.
Right. And with everybody on our team, it shouldn't take very long for us to blow that out of the water.
Definitely not.
I'd like to know, is Connecticut also implementing the same lead generation we are? Or is this solely for our team right now? What's going on with the lead generation?
Nobody else knows about this.
Okay.
And I have Mr. Rodney James sworn to secrecy.
Oh, okay.
And that's the other competitive part of me. Nobody else, nobody else knows about it. Nobody.
Good. Okay.
Nobody.
Are you saying we have to have 50 sales before we can get a site surveyor out?
No, not at all. We have to have once the financing is approved, which they're working on it as we speak, probably about 2 weeks. Then we could start doing the site surveys. Joe, what is it? Joe, what was the site surveys? Probably the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Well, it really is contingent on getting deals in. You're right, Byron. We have to get, I would think, 30 to 50. As soon as we get 30 deals in, they're going to start implementing the site surveyors. Once we get to 50, we're rolling, and that there's no turning back.
Byron, let me answer. Let me just kind of answer it in another way. Let me give you a comparison for a second. They've opened up Rhode Island. Okay, they've opened up for Rhode Island because there's some individuals that Rodney knew up there. And Rhode Island is not moving that quickly. So if you owned Evelar, you owned Solar City, and they've been in pre-launch for 6 weeks, let's just presuppose, follow me, and they only have 3 sales, what would you do?
What area?
Right? So we, as the only ones here in the kind of the tri-state, so to speak, right? It's a huge area. we've got, they're looking at us and saying, okay, what's going on? And that's okay. That's fine. I've been down this road before in business. I understand it. So there is, very simple, there's 18 people on this Zoomcast right now. 18. 3 sales each, not a lot. Done deal, different game, let's go. Construction crews are here, site survey is done. Let's not overthink this. Let's just go and do.
What do I tell the homeowner when I close the sale? That we'll be getting back to him to set up a site survey?
Exactly. Very simple. Your site survey will be scheduled within the next 4 weeks. That's all.
Or
the homeowner doesn't know anything else. And guys, I'm just going to give you another piece of the way my brain thinks. It might offend some of you. I apologize. If everybody waits for all of the lights to turn green, you'll never get out of your damn driveway. That's not the way business works. You gotta go.
You know what I've said to homeowners? I've said this. I said, because they don't know what the process is. They have no clue. I'm the expert, so I say,
exactly.
I say, Mr. Jones, you know what? We're in a pre-launch stage. However, it's probably going to take about the same time to get you installed as if you went to another company. But for the inconvenience of a couple of weeks,
boom,
we're going to give you 12 months of free solar. You're not going to pay your solar bill for 12 months. And they go, really? How do you do that? Is that true? I scroll to the page and I show them here. Promotion, 12 months free solar with referrals. Approved by manager. I say, I'm the manager. We all say we're the manager. So there is no issue there for the site survey at all because they don't know. It's simple,
Okay.
Really simple.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do the 50 sales myself. I'll do the 50 sales.
I'm with you.
Catch up.
I'll do
Okay,
25.
any other questions? Bruce, you good?
Fine, thank you.
Good man. Okay, anybody else? Okay, so I will once we finish, I will set this up latest tomorrow. You could look at it via YouTube. I'm excited for this. I have to tell you, I've been in a lot of I've built some great businesses, and I'm really looking forward to this, and I'm excited for me to share with you, and also for my marketing strategies to kind of go on autopilot. I'm really excited about that. If you don't have, you might want to write this down. If you don't have my cell phone number, feel free to take it. 516-784-9108. I don't care what the question is, whatever it is, help with this, help with that. Call me, Joe, Rich, whatever. But I'm more than happy to lead you through this process, teach you, educate you, hold your hand.
Bob, can you just say those last 4 numbers for me?
516-7, I'm sorry, James, it's 516-784-9108.
9108. All right,
yeah.
Thank you.
And I will be more than happy to share with you what I'm doing, because here's what I know. You won't do what I say. You won't. You might do what I do, though. You might just do what I do. And there's an old phrase, and this is, one of the things that I want to come out of this for you is that when you start to build your little team, your little group, and there's a great phrase that goes like this, everybody. You ready? You all grew up with it. Follow
the leader.
The leader.
Yeah.
Follow the leader.
Yep.
And that's this business. So if you want to build a team, your team won't do what you do. Your team won't listen to you. Trust me. I almost died with about 2,500 people that I led. They didn't listen. But here's what I found out. Here's another little tip. You ready? The speed of the leader will determine the speed of the team. I'm running. I'm running.
Yeah.
I can't wait to press that button on Thursday and watch what happens. I can't wait for my pizza boxes to go out. I can't wait for my trucks to go around town. I can't wait for my Facebook ads to go. I can't wait to do dinner seminars. I'm running. Everything will work out along the way. I know that. These people at Evelar are committed to becoming an East Coast company. They're taking everything that they've done in Utah, where they've become the largest solar company, and they're putting it in the East Coast, right here, right here.
Yeah.
Yes, Tara.
Facebook ads. Can we get on board with that? Do we have to make up our own ads? Is this something you're going to share with us so we can actually start posting on Facebook?
Follow my lead, baby. Let me just, I've got a little message into Keith, and I asked Keith to make a little ad up for me. Once you get your landing page, Tara, right? Once you get your landing page, which will come with, you know, the Solar Leads Club, correct? That yours, give you a number, everything. Then I asked Keith to make me up a little Facebook ad last night. So we got it all. We see the best part of this. We don't have to go make everything. It's all here. It's all right here.
Go ahead and make a business page for Facebook.
That's interesting you just said that, because one of my little notes tonight is to make a Facebook solar page for consumers. I'm not calling it Evelar. I want to call it something. I haven't figured out yet. If somebody wants to do it, go ahead. But I was thinking about the smart homeowner, something like that. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I got a lot of stuff on my brain right now.
You opposed to us making a business page for Evelar for our LinkedIn?
No.
So we can actually start making a team, and can we put on ads out for?
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go, baby, go. By the way, our business cards will be coming shortly to us. Okay.
Sure.
So I'll keep you posted. I just, in fact, hold on. I just got to make a note of that. Sit tight, everyone. Business cards.
Can we use the logo on our LinkedIn page and our Facebook, or our Facebook business page and LinkedIn?
Yes, you can. Yes, you
Hey,
can.
Bobby,
Yeah, Joe.
I want to cover the agent mentor, sales agent mentor
Joe, it's all
sale.
you. It's all you, Joe. Go ahead.
Okay, so here's another way that the solar professionals that have already joined us can get a sale and get more leads, more referrals, because the non-solar people who are at the class doesn't really mean they can go out and do a solo sale right now, right? They're still going to need to go out with one of us. Tara, you went out, Rich went out, I went out. So I know the process. It's simple. For a solar guy, it's simple. So my team of guys who have never done solar, I said this to them. I said, listen, you need to put a list of 10 homeowners together, 10 homeowners that we can go visit. So this is how that's going to work. If you're confident enough to go out and do a sale with one of the sales agents, it's going to be a split. It's going to be a training sale. So if I go out with Tommy is a new agent. He's never been in solar. He's a realtor. He knows how to deal with people, but he doesn't know how to close the deal. So I go with Tommy. I go to Bob's house, and the mentor takes complete control over the sale. He closes it. You split the sale with the sales agent being the mentor. This is a hugely valuable tool to both of you, because the solar professional is equipped to close the deal. The sales agent is providing the lead, and he's going to get paid half his commission. The mentor is going to get half the commission. We're going to ask for referrals. The referrals are going to be split in half. In the case that you get an odd number, maybe if you get 5 referrals, we'll give the sales agent the additional. He'll get 3, we'll get 2. So, I mean, I think that's more than fair. In every industry, insurance agency, other industries, you go out on these mentoring sales. They're so valuable to a new sales agent. He's seeing how it's done. So any of you who are up to speed, who are ready to close a deal, I have about 6 new guys that have never done solar. That's 60 appointments. I can't go out on 60 appointments. So just get back to me if you think you can go and close a deal. And you don't have to be perfect. I stumbled through my first couple of deals. I called Rodney, said, Rod, how do I get to this page? The co-owner doesn't know. So you don't have to be perfect, but you got to know the solar process. And that's another way to make money right away and get referrals right away. Bob, do you have anything to add to that?
You did good, Joe. I just, you know what? I remember when I first got into the insurance industry, I brought a lot of experienced agents and attorneys. I even split this. That's why attorneys were insurance licensed, because they got to go on the application. They were very smart. So I always was under the, I always learned that, it's better to have 50% of something rather than 100% of nothing. And I thought that was great. So we've got a great mix of a team here. You've got experienced people, you've got new people. Wow, we could work awesome as a team together. Really awesome. Really, really cool. So good point, Joe. I like that. That's really, really great. Anybody else? Last questions? Anybody want to share?
What's your phone number, Joe?
No, Joe, don't take that number. I wouldn't take that number. No, don't take that number. Don't give that number out. All right, go ahead.
You ready?
Yeah.
516-807-0484. 516-807-0484. Joe Spallino, Spallino. You see it on the screen there.
Right.
Joe, you have my number. If you need me, I'm
I do.
I'm definitely willing to go out with reps.
Okay. Yep. Gotcha.
Okay, everyone. You know what? It's almost an hour and a half, and what I'd like to do is I was going to use the word try. Here's what I'm going to suggest. Everybody eliminate the word try out of their vocabulary. I did a video a year ago on 4 toxic words, try being one of them. Nothing ever good comes out of it. So next time, let's stick to 60 minutes. That's more than enough, right? An hour and a half is a little too much, but I had a lot I wanted to go over. We'll do this format probably after every class, okay? So think about that. If you want to start to build, you don't have to, but if you want to start to build a team to leverage your efforts, okay, the business briefing call is next Thursday, the 23rd. Let me say these last words. I appreciate you, and I appreciate each and every one of you more than you know for showing up tonight. I really mean that from my heart. It means a lot to me. I hope you got a lot out of it. These are exciting times for us, and I'd love everybody to go for a ride together. What I shared with you is powerful, really powerful stuff. So I'm going to put it on YouTube later. Have a great night, everyone. Be careful in the snow, and I'll communicate later. I'll blast out some of those other things that I talked about, and let's stay connected. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.